12, Tavite Lopeti. The number 13, Ethan Grayson. The other winger, number 14, Thomas Oaki. And the fullback, number 15, Reed Stowers. Our replacements tonight. Number 16, Shiloh Klein. Number 17, Nate Silva. Number 18, Ollie Kane. Number 19, Charlie Hewitt. Number 20, Eddie Ryan. Number 21, Inoki Wogabesi. Number 22, Teen Lutz. And finally, number 23, Marcel Bracchi. Head coach, John Menenti. Let's meet today's opposition, the Miami Sharks. Wearing the number 1 jersey, Alec McDonald. Number 2, Sean McNulty. Number 3, Taukima Ame Kolomantangi. Number 4, Muro Raboso. Number 5, Ferrito Gutierrez Marquez. Number 6, Manuel Argel. Number 7, Thomas Cesar. Number 8, Ronan Bull. Number 9, Thomas Kubeli, the captain. Number 10, Shane O'Leary. Number 11, Marcus Young. Number 12, Marius Orlando, vice captain. Number 13, Thomas Inciarte. Number 14, Thomas Malanos. Number 15, Marcos De La Carne. And today's replacements for Miami, number 16, Thomas Buckman. Number 17, Maake Uti. Number 18, Alexander Tucci. Number 19, Marquez Gula'au. Number 20, Chase Shore Haskins. Number 21, Damian Morley. Number 22, Joseph Dubois. And number 23, Lataro Soto Anse. Miami's head coach, Jose Valencia. Let's now give a warm welcome to the visitors.
Coming off a dream start with 4 wins in this MLR campaign, San Diego Legion back in front of their home crowd at Torero Stadium tonight, welcoming the Sharks of Miami to town. As we welcome you into our live coverage this evening here from the Golden State Lincoln Rose, along with Mark Strabina. We mentioned San Diego Legion regaining their old form from a couple years ago. Perfect wins, 4 for 4, taking on a Sharks team looking to break above 500.
Aren't they on fire, San Diego? We love to see it. And they're at home. So this is a massive task for Miami tonight. There have been some changes in this San Diego lineup, rotation-wise. Miami have been playing inconsistent rugby, but we know what they can do. So they've got the goods to do it. If they can just put it together, they might stop the unstoppable tonight.
The Sharks in just their second year in MLR, a lot of the things when you're a young team is just controlling the effort. And among those, of course, the battle up front, as we highlight 2 of the men in that forward pack, the 2 hookers.
Yeah, we're comparing the players who are vital to the set-piece success of these 2 teams. US Eagle Sean McNulty has a couple of games more under his belt than the former Super Rugby champion Hugh Roach this season. McNulty has shown how handy he is around the field with his ball carry success, while Roach seems to be out-tackling his counterpart. But Roach definitely stands out with his accurate line-out throwing. So McNulty will be focused on this area of the game to give his Sharks quality ball at line-out time.
Miami looking to make some waves tonight in the Pacific Ocean. It's Sharks and Legion up next.
It's time to hit. It's time to fly. It's time to leave it all on the line. It's time to get loud. And time for tradition. This is our time. This is your time. It's rugby time, America.
So if that's the chest hair or the beard hair. You know what? I think we've got off to the wrong foot here with the soul patches and the beards.
Shave me off. This looks terrible.
Beard could talk, what would it say?
I don't know. I wouldn't say much. It's pretty thin. It's pretty malnourished.
What do you think?
Oh man, yeah, touch your brother nice.
Today's live coverage brought to you by Beard Guys, the official grooming partner of Major League Rugby. Peak performance starts here. Vitacost. Sports certified, trusted, tested, delivered. Vitacost.com. Moments away from opening kick here in San Diego. Mark, let's take a look at the starting lineup. First up for the home side.
Lincoln only one change to the pack that defeated LA in round 4 as Brooke Tumalate replaces Darcy Breen at tight head prop. And former Melbourne Rebel and Australian under-20 flanker Brad Wilkin once again will skipper the team. More changes in the back line though, as Connor Tupai and Lincoln McClutchy combine once again in the halves. Peter Lepete moves to 12, replacing Tian Lewitz, and bringing Ethan Grayson into outside centre from fullback, handing Rian Stowers his first start at 15 today.
Of course, John Manenti in his first year at the helm of San Diego has yet to taste anything other than victory through the first 4 outings with his men. He's got some veterans on that bench, including Marcel Brahe, if needed to close things out in at fullback. How about the visitors, who right now 2 wins, 2 losses to their name?
Yeah, 3 changes to this forward pack who lost to Utah on the road last week. Alec O'Donnell and Sean McNulty returning to the front row. Thomas Casares moves from lock to his preferred flanker role, making way for Mauro Rebasoni and moving Ronan Foley to number 8 in place of Marcus Fualau. And the back C4 changes, including Shane O'Leary getting his first start for the season at fly half. Around Shane, it's the Tomas and Marcos show, notably Inciarte coming into 13 and Milanos returning to the wing, and expect the debutant Marcus Elisagare to ignite the back 3 from fullback.
Jose Pellicenia, the 48-year-old from Argentina, at the helm of this growing squad now in year 2 of Major League Rugby. It includes the veteran Giuseppe Dutoy, if needed, coming off the bench. Derek Summers, our veteran official, at the helm of this one with Will Nelson and Elvia Sonia. Austin Reed is our television match official back in the studios off-site, but he'll keep an eye in the sky to help out Derek Summers. We're not going to be asking for any help when it comes to weather. Any of our trips to San Diego, it would seem. Nice 60 degrees with the sun still up, and just a modest wind for the boots on the feet of these 2 teams to contend with.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
Well, I know you would think that's Will Nelson saying, let's rock and roll, but that is Derek Summers, our referee, that you hear. Again, you'll hear his voice as well as our television match official throughout this one, as the Sharks wearing the hot pink on the road to Torero Stadium. Of course, Torero Stadium, the site of the first 2 MLR finals back in 2018 when Seattle upset Glendale. And a year later, when the home squad San Diego came up short at the final play, essentially, against Seattle. Seattle would win the first two, where San Diego at Snapdragon a couple years ago would host yet a third final. Underway here on the West Coast. Great to have you with us. It's been a busy day of rugby here in MLR. As the Legion and the all-black kits here in front of their home crowd.
Peter, you keep hitting the button.
Looking to land the opening blow.
Peter, I keep hearing you. You're hitting the button.
Not the best clearance from San Diego. Still under pressure now with Miami in prime attacking position.
Sean McNulty with the line-out duties here as your hooker. The 29-year-old out of Ireland. And the Sharks strike first here on the road and make a statement. Traveling 3 time zones. McDonald will free it up. Next carry from the vice captain, Matthias Orlando.
Good work, be careful.
O'Leary to Inciarte. Miami setting the record tonight with 5 Tomases in the lineup. Marcus is coming up in a close second.
You're back into the 9. Move away. You're backing into the 9.
And a great opportunity mark here for Miami to try to set up about a 5-meter line out. As it'll go to the boot of Shane O'Leary.
Clear the tackle.
Penalty from San Diego, just giving Miami another crack.
Peter.
Would have liked that kick to be closer to the corner post, Lincoln.
Okay.
We'll see what they can do from about 12 meters out now, Miami.
Yeah, this is all about execution. No excuses now, a little over a month in. An ambitious line out, and that's a self-inflicted wound for Miami.
Okay, use it.
Go get out of their end with this carrier from Hokafonu. First-year MLR man out of Australia. Of course, he was with Coach Menenti in his prior stop.
Wow, opportunity lost for Miami. Let's have a look here. Sometimes it's the hooker that gets the heat for the throw. It's not always the case. It looked like a bit of a timing issue as well with the lifters and jumpers, but overall Miami squander that chance to get the first score of the match.
Slide over.
Mark, let's take a look at your keys to this matchup. What's it going to take for San Diego to be 5-0, or for Miami perhaps to find the upset?
I think they have such a strong set piece, dominant scrum, and the highest line-out success in the league with 93%. And they are lethal in the enemy's red zone, having scored a try 54% of every time they cross the opposition's 22-meter line. So that is an area to target for Miami. Mixing up fast, free-flowing rugby with clinical play and field position will keep San Diego guessing. And they need to upset San Diego's rhythm with some low chop tackling and contesting the ball at the breakdowns. This is coming straight from the Miami head coach.
And already in the 4th minute here.
Watch it.
Miami getting the ball back on that last infraction from the home side. And Miami just their 2nd year in the league. Already victories this year against New Orleans and Anthem, but back-to-back losses now against Chicago and Utah now. That's not saying much. Chicago right now is the best in the East. Utah has been a team that's made some big strides from a year ago. And that's 0 for the last 2 on the lineouts for Miami. San Diego looking to quickly pounce on the miscue. And they'll give it back over into the arms of Marcos Young. Always fun to watch Young run, the 26-year-old American. Good structure from San Diego. It's back into the 22. Out across the 50. And hauled in by the fullback. That's Rion Stowers. And Miami stay organized as the Legion in the opponent's territory, looking to find the opening points in this one. Just modest support out there on the wing as the fullback opts to cut back inside. Oh, bouncing off some initial tackles, finally going down, but not easily. Tupai makes it playable, and now off the boot. And that one well contested. It'll bounce backwards. They have a knock-on here as the whistle from Derek Summers.
Our first knock-on.
A long passage of play. With a little bit of ping pong early from these two teams, trying to find their feet, win that territory. San Diego finally having a crack with the ball in hand. You see how dangerous they can be when they put it through the phases. But Miami, they've been up to the task defensively so far.
A little pause in action gives us a chance to check in with Dallin Stanford. Dallin?
Of all things diverse, all things global, and how the Legion are bringing people together. They've got 18 nationalities in their squad this year, and it's amazing what the game can do. Also celebrating college rugby before this. University of San Diego played Arizona, but it's not all champagne rugby. Lincoln, I'm sorry, you have to sit next to Mark for the next 75 minutes.
Dallin, on that note, go tell our friend Derek Summers we say hello. He's not doing anything, is he?
Well, of course, Dallin would say that when he's not sat next to me, hey? He's got a bit of distance. Nice chirp there, Dallin. Keep him coming.
Always enjoy having Dallin as a part of the call. He never turns down an assignment in San Diego for some reason. Also never seems to pack an umbrella.
Why would you?
So an early set piece here for Miami. Again, Tomas Kubeli, 35-year-old Argentine with the keys to this offense, the brains of this team, so great at passing down his knowledge to his younger teammates. And Derek Summers, I didn't know if that would count as the first scrum. He has acknowledged that was. And Summers has been a referee since the first year of Major League Rugby. At times, we've also had him back in studio as a TMO. Austin Reed doing those honors tonight. And for Mr. Reed, his 50th MLR match to preside over as your TMO tonight. And off the foot, under some pressure, Shane O'Leary back in the starting lineup here tonight. That ball stayed up there for a while, patiently waiting for it to come down. Stowers. Down to a knee and offload. San Diego, this effort wrapped up. That is, by the way, Tomas Casares, who normally, of course, would be wearing your 7 as flanker. He's wearing 23. That's not a first half sub for Miami. That is just an early wardrobe issue. As Pite Lopetti, the center, with the traditional 12 on his back. San Diego's had some confident connections here in the opening half, but have not had that breakthrough moment just yet as we're still in the first 10 minutes. A little dummy from McClutchy. And a charge down. Kubeli, I believe, got the fingertips to it. Into the arms of Stowers to deny Miami a chance to go streaking the other way. In Miami last year, finishing 5th in the East with a 6-win and 10-loss mark.
Lincoln, I was just about to praise Miami for their patience in defense before that penalty. You notice San Diego throwing everything at this Miami team and still being forced to kick. And Kubeli there, the captain for Miami, perfectly placed for that charge down, makes the tackle, and probably got a little bit ambitious, wanted to make another big play, thought the ball was out and came around offside. And now, because of that infringement, look at where it's ended up for his team. Need to be more clinical and disciplined, Miami.
Miami thought they had San Diego last year until a late kick from the heavily favored Legion, denying the Sharks the upset. A little heartbreaker in a 22-21 final. It's the little things that ultimately add up, including a moment like this. Legion, can they show their form? Perfect this year. Perfect so far on the 5-meter line out. Maul has formed and driving. Patience for Hugh Roach, the veteran. As the hooker waits for some daylight. He spots it, sees the line. Is there a grounding? It has not been confirmed just yet. They play on. Still shy of the line. Miami able to get low. Trying to deny those surging legs. Can they hold them up for the stop? They have.
Incredible defense from Miami. It was a certain try. You thought it would be from Hugh Roach early on, and he was denied. Derek Summers right in line to see that ball held up. He didn't need to go to the TMO.
Check.
Behind you.
TMO check.
Our TMO Austin Reed trying to get a hold of Derek Summers with what could be
Derek.
a critical update. But clearly some communication issues there. You imagine it would not have boded well for Miami. Did he perhaps see a grounding from a different angle? We play on here in the 12th minute. Officially, Miami was able to hold up San Diego on that last effort, and of course for the past few years that's been significant with the change. An opportunity over for San Diego rather than simply backing up 5 meters and getting to go at it again. Is that a forward pass? At the moment they'll play on. Up ahead to Poitevin. Legion looking for that moment to finally break through. They were flirting with it. Their last visit down. Roach. A couple of gator rolls forward inside the 22. McNulty with the tackle, then wants to make sure he's on sun. Lepetti the whole time looking to see if he has support before going down.
Croc roll black.
And they are going to come back. You heard the croc roll reference to a couple of phases back. They'll halt the effort here for San Diego.
There's Austin Reed and Derek Summers reading each other's minds. Saw it immediately and called a penalty. So just as San Diego were finding momentum, a costly penalty. And Miami can breathe yet another sigh of relief. We're about to see this croc roll on the ground. Tackle there from McNulty. And then to get that player out of the way, that's illegal these days, coming over the top like that. Like a judo type roll, using your weight. Dangerous.
Oh, breakthrough moment perhaps the other way for Miami. Looking to make some waves here on the West Coast with the carry from Ardell. Manu Ardell, #1 in all of MLR in post-contact meters. I don't think he had been touched until finally the try-saving tackle.
Hold it here.
What impresses me here, Lincoln, is the turn of pace. He squeezed through. And then the little in and away, nearly evading. He didn't evade Connor Tupai, but he got around McClutchy.
I never entered the tunnel straight.
Line out, not straight. Room for improvement for both teams here on the set pieces.
It didn't defend. There's no context. It still has to come in the tunnel.
Lincoln just going back to the athleticism of Ardell, who's speaking to the head coach of Miami. He's been saying how, yes, he is one of the best ball pinchers in the game. That traditionally was his role in the team. But he is now developing into a dangerous ball runner, and we saw it just moments ago.
Of course, we've seen Ardell in the Rugby World Cup with Uruguay. A meaningful piece for Miami if they're going to have success here in Major League Rugby. Back to the captain, Cabelli at scrum half. Set piece for the visitors. Both sides thought we're going to have that breakthrough moment. But now almost 15 minutes gone, scoreless in San Diego. Ronan Foley. Communication key here in the final 10 meters. Here is Ardell. Well, freed up for Cabelli. Betty Gutierrez coming to MLR from over in Italy for his first season here in the States. Sharks unintimidated. Able to stride in Shane O'Leary.
We're going to take a pause, but I have to say, regardless of the result, incredible effort from the number 10, O'Leary. He seemed to glide his way through
Derek,
that San Diego defense. Let's have a listen now.
On-field decision is try. I just want you to check first if there was an obstruction.
Okay, on-field decision is try, just checking for an obstruction.
So the question, not about the grounding, but why was Shane O'Leary able to make his way in with so much ease?
This is why Derek Summers is checking. He too couldn't believe how easy Shane O'Leary slid through. Now that might be it on Ryan James, but
no, I just think the dummy was that good.
Might be right.
You had the support to his right. Well,
yeah, Derek, I do have a clear obstruction by pink 15, so no try, come back for a penalty.
Eli Sagarai, when I got the second look, I realized no. Even if he believed the dummy, still obstruction. So 0-0 here in San Diego.
An inspiring opening 15 minutes for Miami. Both in defense, denying San Diego that trademark role that they get in offense. Now coming all the way at the other end with a near try, had it not been for blocking the play. San Diego now under pressure. Relieving that pressure with a kick like that. That is what you want to see, all the way up to the 40-meter line of the opposition.
To advance the efforts for the Legion. Again, the former U20 head coach for Argentina, and back in his playing days, a scrum half. The cohort. Stacey Pate's in there. We're looking to have Dallin Stanford down patrolling the pitch tonight. Even Dallin knows to stay clear of Hokofonu. Hugh Roach with the most recent advancement for San Diego. Well, early on, you have to say well done to Miami. Going toe-to-toe with San Diego. San Diego has resurged this year with convincing wins over Seattle, Carolina, Old Glory DC, and LA. A little support out there, but the fullback tangled up Stowers. And not releasing the infraction here.
And that was Marcos Young coming in to make that huge play from the wing. Only moments ago, he made a fantastic tackle. There he is, tracking backwards, and has the presence of mind and gets his body in the right position to steal that ball. Well, get his hands on it long enough for Derek Summers to blow it up for a penalty. Not releasing against San Diego.
Almost every rule we have in this sport is for one of two reasons: player safety or to continue the pace of play, that being the latter. And this will be something to talk about for both teams at halftime. Is that a knock on? It is, off the left hand. Pete Lopetti. I've seen Lopetti cap 20 times for the United States.
So they keep going for this back ball. and they keep struggling. Lincoln, as you said, it might be time for Miami to rethink that strategy. Maybe keep it closer to the front.
Take water. Take water.
Time for everybody to sit back, take a sip of water for a hydration break. We are scoreless here in San Diego between the home squad Legion and the visiting Sharks of Miami.
In an ever-changing landscape where every decision matters, our mission is clear: to delight our customers at every turn. At Globant, we create the digital products everybody loves and empower global brands by building impactful solutions for millions of people. Our studio networks are responsible for creating experiences that leave a lasting impact, building AI-powered business solutions tailored to each industry, empowering brands with a blend of creativity, strategy, and technology, enhancing efficiency and accelerating breakthroughs with a unique AI model and agents for software development, boosting productivity with cutting-edge tech and implementation services with market-leading partners. Driven by technology and passion, we dare to go far, we dare to go fast, we dare to disrupt. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
Welcome back to beautiful Torero Stadium. It is 0-0 after 20 minutes between the home side San Diego Legion and the visiting Miami Sharks. Pitch side right now with a very exciting person. Haley Harris, you've done some amazing things in rugby, but you must be very excited about your new role with San Diego Legion. Tell us all about it.
Well, I am the Rugby Development Officer for women and girls in the San Diego area. And what that entails is just building the accessibility of rugby to girls and women in the area, but hopefully everywhere. As the first to step into this role, we want to see more of this everywhere.
And also exciting events happening here at Torero Stadium, April 19th. The fans can meet some of the USA Women's Eagles as well. How good is that for the growth of the game and for the women's game in particular?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about visibility. It's all about getting these elite girls into the community and showing these girls that this is possible. This is what the future of their rugby career can look like. It's not just a boys' game. It's for everybody. It's for the women. It is for us.
And listen, your parents are watching. They were instrumental in you being part of rugby, so give them a shout out.
Love your mom and dad. Go Doc Harris.
Congrats on everything you do. Excited to see the future and what you can contribute to the game.
Thank you, Dallin.
Back to you, Lincoln.
Yeah, Dallin, thank you so much. That's so important. Great to hear from Haley. It reminds me, there was one match Dallin couldn't be here as a sideline reporter a few years ago. Our fill-in was someone named Ilona Marr. Again, this game just continuing to grow, especially here in the States. Just great to see these opportunities that hopefully will be more and more available to all youth throughout the country. And these clubs in MLR are doing a great job, not just advancing their own performances at the professional ranks, but also growing those roots in the community. So denied the early try, Shane O'Leary, this most recent carry to that obstruction call that called back the score for Miami. So we remain scoreless midway through the opening half. Lincoln Rose, Mark Strabina, Dallin Stanford with you, along with our crew. One of a couple of games going on in Major League Rugby still tonight. It's been a busy weekend. San Diego, 4 games under their belt. Miami has yet to have a bye.
Fantastic tackle from Brian James, the left wing for the Legion. Getting low, driving the ball carrier over the line, forcing the turnover.
Hugh Roach relaying a memo. Surely he wouldn't walk straight up to the guy that he wants to wind up with the ball, would he? As they will quickly give it to Bradley Wilkin, the captain. As they turn this one all the way now here to the near side. To the fullback Stowers, who's had a busy night. Tupai able to free it up. Back the other way, now down the spawn. Delay Lalio. Churning out some meters into Miami territory. One of the returners for San Diego. A well-timed offload. Opportunity down the line. Christian Poitevin sees the opportunity and has the opening elusive try.
That is one of the best tries you'll see from a back row player in rugby. Christian Poitevin looked like a winger when he first made that break. He was stood on the wing, so he fancies himself as a winger. It started here. Peyton Talailalio getting over the advantage line. Now they're in behind the defense, San Diego. Quick ball, combining forwards and backs. The blocker plays. Ryan James, and you see O'Leary race up to make the tackle, and that created the space and the opportunity for an in and away from Poitevin. He still had plenty to do. He had a couple of defenders to beat, and boy, did he beat them. That is one for the highlight reel, Christian.
They've gotten the all clear. Try is good. All clear indeed, Christian Poitevin. You mentioned playing like any one of those back row positions. He can play them all. He makes filling out a lineup easy. Where do you have a gap? Just put some Poitevin on it.
And it was a brilliant individual effort from Poitevin, but it was really a team try that led to Poitevin's run.
Lincoln McClutchy, for the first time, given a chance to split the sticks. Flags are up. Another look, and again, Poitevin will get the glory, but it's that right there.
But how about that footwork? Just coming in and then away, and then coming in away with an overchase from the fullback. He loves it. We love it. What a try.
So we can confirm there is a scoreboard operator in attendance here in San Diego. Miami thought they had the opening try. It would not hold up against an obstruction call. San Diego finally strikes here on the other side of the hydration break. No team has more tries than the 24 that San Diego has this year. Now 161 points this season. They've had a try bonus point every game. Will that continue tonight? Mark, you've already mentioned they score 54% of the time when they're in the opponent's 22. When I say score, I mean a try. As Derek Summers will bring this back.
And Lincoln, sometimes it's the little things in rugby that can make a difference. They've just scored a try, San Diego, and they are vulnerable for Miami hitting back. But taking a ball like this from the kickoff is key to maintain possession. Miami could have easily got that one back, and now they're on a roll and can hit back with some points. But that's the difference sometimes between the better teams. They just take care of the clinical things.
Well, and usually you bring in a first-year head coach, even if it is John Manenti, and there's going to be some growing pains. But if there were any growing pains that first month for San Diego, they still managed to find 5 points every night. And now as they start to hit their stride, a chance to create some separation. And McNulty will get this line out started. Does Miami have a response? Is that boot blocked? And Derek Summers, I thought initially was inclined to halt play, but no. Gutierrez. And they'll look to O'Leary. Quickly shares the rock with Foley, the former Dallas Jackal. Of course, Miami happily pounced on several free agents from Dallas in the offseason. There's already a little Argentine flair and a chance to find an equalizer here. Looking for support in Ciarte. Still a chance. This one poked away. Lincoln McClutchy, Johnny on the spot. He'll lose it into touch, but he'll break up the rhythm for Miami that looked destined to match it with a try.
Didn't it, Lincoln? Exciting stuff here already. Breaking through, as we've seen Miami do time and time again. Just trying to get that intercept. Poitevin finds himself out of place. And Inciarte was able to stream through, and he did extremely well to find support. But McClutchy, what about that anticipation?
Now it starts with McNulty into Gutierrez. Maul has formed. Now who can impose their will? Trying to expedite things there. Jed Holloway trying to go over the top and pull the hooker into himself. Miami maintaining possession. About 12 meters out. And a whistle from Derek Summers.
It looked like a number of things he could have pinged Miami for, but I think the end result was holding onto the ball. And my guess is that it was Poitevin who got straight onto the ball, preventing Miami from releasing that one. And the clearing kick yet again. Once again, the little things sometimes that we take for granted in rugby, and clearing the ball way over the 50-meter line is one of those things that can give you an advantage.
And all of our coaches in MLR with an elevated position, relying on some of their support staff to relay messages down on the pitch. All right, Hugh Roach wasn't straight last time. And we'll start to ask children to avert their eyes if they're still learning early fundamentals on set pieces. Miami, again, still in pursuit of their first score tonight. Just able to nick the hip of Inciarte to halt his run. Kaloa Matangi, the powerful Kiwi, finally down.
Hands, good.
He frees it up. Derek Summers making sure there aren't any stray hands in there for San Diego. Sean McNulty really stands out for his high rugby IQ in there at the hooker for Miami. Young. And Marcus Young getting the start tonight. Sliding from wing on one side to the other, swapping that 14 for 11. And Derek Summers with a slightly belated whistle with a San Diego player down.
Penalty, no. Not even trying.
Can you see the same thing from them?
Sure.
That's what I'm saying, okay.
No. We're talking, no. Hey, four.
Not worries.
I'm just, you heard me. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry, we were just talking. I know you're quick. I'll keep that in mind. You did one last time.
San Diego's aggrieved on the penalty, wanted to act quickly.
Water off! Water's off! No!
And the ultimate pet peeve for the referee is surprise water breaks.
Those sneaky water boys. Now, keep an eye on Ethan Grayson right now with his kick. His kicking has been superb for the line. He might make a liar out of me right now. But once again, that role of relieving pressure is so important. Any one of these backline players could probably kick for the sideline, and they've chosen Grayson. He's used to playing fullback and 10 at times, so he's got a boot on him.
22-year-old out of England. Will be headed off to Newcastle, play for the Falcons after this season. Scrum half, nobody wants to bring him down. Connor Tupai, 7 meters out. Okay, on the perimeter. One more ball to share. Brilliance on display from the Legion. Rion Stowers with the punctuation.
The hands of this San Diego backline, absolutely superb. The skills, the vision, it was Tupai first that made the initial break, and now Miami are in trouble. Black jerseys lining out to the left-hand side. The ball over the top. What about Ryan James? Quick thinking, and still with the finish. Stowers had plenty to do.
Yeah, Derek, I've got you.
He's done that many times in the backyard growing up, I'm sure.
Yes, Derek, I have you.
Again, James brought the attention of the defender while tight-roping that touch line, as Ryan found Rion in time.
We're on time off, Derek.
Time should be off. Time should be off, yes.
Derek, can you hear me?
Derek, just a heads up, the 2 clocks in the stadium are not correct.
Again, TMO is conferring
Derek,
a grounding.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, try is clear. You may stick with the try.
Okay.
So San Diego has the first 2 tries of the night. They're already halfway to their 5th bonus point of the year. As Lincoln McClutchy again helped San Diego with the comeback last year against Miami,
What's the correct time?
erasing a decent deficit against the Sharks
Stadium at
a year
either end are
ago.
Not correct. They're about 2 minutes out. We've got the right time here.
Okay, you have the time. Just tell me when we're at like a minute, and then.
Yeah, will do.
McClutchy. What's in the name, isn't it?
Wow, that was a stunning conversion.
All right, let's check in with our own clutch guy on the pitch, Dallin Stanford.
Yeah, Lincoln, it's great to chat to John Manenti a little bit before the game. He said they're going to be throwing it around again, and I don't know what it is. That left-hand corner, I've been here twice, and there's been 7 tries scored there by San Diego. So it's something that, if I was a betting man, I'd bet on again.
So with some of the things they've struggled with, including the lineouts in there on the reception, was a knock backwards, so they can play on. The next touch, first touch for Ryan James since he had the assist on the try. But it's funny, on a couple things San Diego hasn't been able to execute on, they've been able to do some of the more exceptional things that we've seen. You may have heard Derek Summers confirm with some personnel on site that the clock in stadium, which is also the clock we rely upon for our graphic, is slightly off. But he will keep us honest, and for now, it's Rion Stowers. He'll share the wealth this time to Thomas Alke. 3 first-half tries for the Legion after being slow out of the gate.
Unbelievable play. Keep an eye on the number 15 with the pink scrum cap. First of all, that take under pressure, evades one tackler, then another, puts on the afterburners in and away, makes mincemeat of Shane O'Leary, who comes across a large stitch effort. He did well, but it was an easy pass inside to Thomas Owaki. That was all Rion Stowers.
4th try of the year already for the Kiwi, so he's exceeded his total already from a season ago when he had 3 for the Legion. And McClutchy, I feel like, was just doing this. This one will have a little different nuance to it. We were 0-0 at the hydration break. That's San Diego executing with 2 tries over the past few minutes. And Mark, the common theme has been their ability to share the ball, have support.
It certainly has, Lincoln. But again, some individuals are really stepping up in this game and creating these kinds of opportunities. It's a little harsh on O'Leary. He did well to recover from being initially beaten.
Just be aware of the black obstruction on this deep ball.
Damage was done. He's having a blinder of the game so far, Rion Stowers.
And San Diego keep the shutout going into halftime.
Bounce in. It's in, it's in.
That'll take a turn out of play. And again, lineouts are still an area to improve for San Diego. It's a little surprising. Roach, the former Austin and Chicago standout, with his 3rd MLR team. Here is San Diego. This is more like it. Ball back to the hooker in the maul. Miami able to break it up. The next surge from Lei Ilalio.
Use it!
Tupai implored to use it. He'll send it skyward here in San Diego.
Taken by O'Leary.
And well taken by O'Leary.
Listen!
Approximately 2 minutes to go here in the opening half. Again, that's Tomas Casares, the second-year Shark. We've seen him a variety of roles at lock, now back at flanker, his natural position. And McClutchy. And let's see what Derek Summers has. An obstruction call. And this is something that Miami had asked Derek to keep an eye on. When San Diego at times is fielding a kick, Miami thought they had been aggrieved a couple of times on some lax of calls on some obstruction from the men in black.
That's right, Lincoln. It's something that referees are cracking down on in general, obstructing. Even if you're just standing there with some distance between yourself and the eventual receiver of the ball, you now have to make an effort to get out of the way completely to make that receiver fair game for the defense.
Dan O'Leary sets up the line out here for Sean McNulty and company. The Irishman quickly sends it in. Well done by Miami. Can they bring this one home? Manu Ardao. As the entire team photo of San Diego finally able to bring him down. Casares 7 yards out. Orlando will free that ball up. Legion trying to keep that 0 on the board. Still a meter to go for Miami. Calling his own number, Tomas Kubeli, the captain, is in.
They needed the captain to step up, and Kubeli did that. Brilliant play from the line out, keeping it nice and simple. Miami made sure they won the ball, and then Ardao combining with McNulty to get their team well in behind the defense. Kubeli finding his forward runners, determined to score that try. They needed this, Miami. And then Kubeli, you don't want to give him an inch because he'll take it.
Just able to get that grounding.
Oh, no, you're fine.
We'll see how this first half plays out. Miami trying to pull within 14.
Derek, 2 minutes 20 left on the clock here.
And you hear 2:20 still to go.
2:20 left on our clock.
I'm close to that.
And that ball is not going to turn back in off the foot of O'Leary. But Miami's on the board. Still about 2.5 minutes to go here in the opening half. And we were scoreless at the hydration break, about 20 minutes in. 3 tries for San Diego. Their next will give them a bonus point.
Not 2 weeks ago, we're not having pushing and
You have to say Miami have done quite well just to fight back after being shell-shocked.
Yeah, Miami thought they had the opening score, but obstruction wiped it away. Derek Summers relaying some optimism to Miami, says, no, you get to keep playing rugby for a couple more minutes. Then you head to the sheds. In San Diego last year, ousted in the Western Conference semifinals against their longtime rivals up there in Tukwila. After an 11-5 campaign for the Legion, the year before 15-1, that still didn't lead them to their first MLR crown.
Derek, 1 minute left.
Falling to New England. And we do have our clock accurate now. A minute to go.
And Lincoln, you'll notice it's coming all the way back to the halfway line for this scrum. That was an error from McClutchy. He went for the deep kick just to try and pin Miami down in their own territory. But instead it found grass and just had too much on it. Went over the dead ball line, which means it comes all the way back at Miami now with prime attacking opportunity.
You didn't think he was inside the 22? As again, scrum here for Kubeli. Miami with the last try of the 4 we've seen this opening half.
Time is up, time is up.
We can keep playing until that ball is dead. Sharks are inclined to continue. San Diego, if they can pull Miami into touch, that might be it. We'll get a decision here in a moment. It appears we're still playing rugby here in this opening half.
Yeah, we can't end the half on a penalty. I thought that maybe the contest from Pregame with that strong tackle coming in, driving them over the sideline. He needed to release. That's what Derek Summers was saying. The tackle was made, and then at that point you have to let go of the tackled player so they can play the ball.
Another big moment for Miami. About 11 meters out. Can they form that maul and get it surging in the right direction? At the moment, San Diego holding their line, but for how long? McNulty with that ball nestled under his left wing. Cabelli ready to take it away if necessary. At the moment, that's not necessary. And finally tied up. And Miami just a little too casual in the final 6 meters.
You said it, Lincoln. They looked dominant with that drive, but they just became a little disjointed and a little loose.
San Diego will look to kick this ball out of play and send us to halftime, with the Legion enjoying a 21-5 lead. A slow start, but the unbeaten, untied San Diego Legion in front of their home crowd with 3 tries in the final 20 minutes of the opening half. Pregame, Stowers, Owake, and then finally the answer from Cabelli for Miami to get them on the board. We've reached halftime at Torero Stadium, midway through this one on a Saturday night in Major League Rugby.
My name is Jensen Gluski. I play for Seattle Seawolves, and my position is prop. My grooming routine, my wife probably wouldn't be happy with this answer. It's once a month, maybe less. This is probably one of the longest I've let my beards grow, honestly. Started growing it last season and just had little tiny trims here and there, so coming up on a year of length. The worst beard in the league? Connor Keys. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's got a good beard. He's more of a goatee kind of guy, though. And I've been using Beard Guy's beard wash every day. When I get done with training, it's just always nice to kind of clean the beard out, get it feeling nice and clean, smells fresh. Definitely a big fan of the beard wash. How's it look, my guy? I think we good to go, yeah. Yes, sir. Beard Guys, MLR approved.
Welcome to the Rugby Rundown.
A one-stop shop for all rugby lovers. From unparalleled access, big-name interviews, and special features.
I'm Alana Marr.
Jocko here.
We've got you covered.
In an ever-changing landscape where every decision matters, our mission is clear: to delight our customers at every turn. At Globant, we create the digital products everybody loves and empower global brands by building impactful solutions for millions of people. Our multi-talented global team infuses AI into everything we do. Our unique culture of autonomy, authenticity, and action enables us to make swift decisions at an unprecedented pace. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
Welcome back to Torero Stadium. It's halftime here as the home side, the San Diego Legion, lead Miami Sharks 21 points to 5. San Diego growing the game not only in this region but just across the border in Mexico. They're partnering with a professional basketball team called the Tijuana Zonkies. They put on youth sports clinics as well, and one of those is rugby. The connection with Mexico is thick though, because for the first time in history there's a Mexican player in Major League Rugby signed with the San Diego Legion. You're going to watch a clip about this wonderful character, Alejandro Arupio. Watch him now. He is a sensation.
My name is Alejandro Emilio Pradillo Macias. I play as loser and tight head prop, and I was born and raised in Mexico City. What does it mean to me to play in the MLR? So I was in a Legion game, Legion versus the Jackals, 13th of March 2023. And when I saw the game, and when I saw the cohort, and when I saw the people in the stadium, I knew that it was a team that I wanted to be part of. I know that it was gonna be really difficult to become a professional rugby player, but I was gonna give it all to become a professional rugby player. Not because of me, not because the pursuit of my own personal desire, but because I wanted to give something back to Mexican rugby. It is because of Mexican rugby that I'm here right now. I started playing rugby in Mexico. I've represented Mexico for 7s and 15s. I've had the best rugby experiences traveling with a national team, playing for my club in Mexico, Wallabies. We have really good Mexican rugby players, but we don't have the reach, we don't have the money to promote this potentiality we have as Mexicans. So when I got the opportunity first to go and play in South Africa, and then eventually to be part of the Centurions, I had in mind, this is not for me, this is for the Mexican youth. This is for the Mexican rugby players, so they can know that it's possible. So I always had that in mind. There were sometimes in trainings that I just wanted to give up. In South Africa, during my first scrum, I got folded. I ended up on top of the second row. I was like, what the hell am I doing here? But then I remember it's about Mexican rugby. It's about the Mexican people, and that is what kept me pushing on. Mexican culture and the Mexicans are known to be really vivid, really joyful, really full of love, really full of passion. And it's also like the Mexican food. It's full of sazon, it's full of flavor, it's so alive, it's so vivid. That is what I want to transmit here in the MLR. I'm bringing spice to the league. Yeah! The best habanero chile.
It's time to hit. It's time to fly. It's time to leave it all on the line. It's time to get loud. And time for tradition. This is our time. This is your time. It's rugby time, America.
In an ever-changing landscape where every decision matters, our mission is clear: to delight our customers at every turn. At Globant, we create the digital products everybody loves and empower global brands by building impactful solutions for millions of people. Our studio networks are responsible for creating experiences that leave a lasting impact, building AI-powered business solutions tailored to each industry, empowering brands with a blend of creativity, strategy, and technology, enhancing efficiency and accelerating breakthroughs with a unique AI model and agents for software development, boosting productivity with cutting-edge tech and implementation services with market-leading partners. Driven by technology and passion, we dare to go far, we dare to go fast, we dare to disrupt. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
bass, let the bass kick. Let the bass kick. Let the bass, let the bass. Let the bass kick.
Another busy weekend in Major League Rugby. Take a look at our matches here in round 6, including 3 finals. Boy, after our match tonight, if you're caffeinated enough, go back on ESPN Plus and watch the final few minutes between Houston and Anthem. SaberCats avoid what would have been a huge victory for Anthem. And of course, New Orleans and LA, that one just wrapped up a little while ago. That was a back and forth battle, but don't look now. Los Angeles has a win streak. Meanwhile, in Tukwila, Utah, a much improved squad from a year ago. A battle between them and Seattle. Seattle, just dubious what has been going on over in Tukwila. A slow start for that group. And of course here, San Diego up 21-5 over Miami. We take a look at where we stand. As again, San Diego entered this week, the only perfect team left. Houston remains right behind them with still just that lone loss after the battle against Anthem. And of course, Utah looking to find that win on the road against Seattle to stay in that hunt as well. But it's been a fun journey this year. Mark, I think we agree. The more you know about MLR, the less you know going into any given night. The cohort has cheered on San Diego to 4 wins this year. They are 40 minutes away perhaps from a 5th.
To Ismail to shield championships. Lennon goes to the right-hand side. Here's Leroux Milan, has a little crack. Beautiful center break from Milan. He's still going. How does he do this? Leroux Milan. It's an absolute scorcher.
Mix again. Inside, here comes Van Voot. After Bertrano. Back inside, Rory Van Voot. Dots it down, LA.
To the front of the lineup, secure ball. Here comes Cardi with a stab over the top. It's a clever kick. His player's running 3. It's flicked. It's play on Nola. Goal. Genius. The captain getting to the line. He's there. And now Harrison Boyle diving in there as well. Boyle, that's the first time we've seen him with the forwards. New England, the crowd charting here at Fort Quincy with advantage as they go for the line. They will score. First of Eddie Jaws. It's now another throw in Massachusetts.
I can't tell if that's the chest hair or the beard hair.
You know what? I think we've got off to the wrong foot here with the soul patches and the beards.
Shave me off. This looks terrible.
Beard could talk, what would it say?
I don't know. I wouldn't say much. It's pretty thin. It's pretty malnourished.
What do you think?
Oh man, yeah, touch your brother nice.
Today's live coverage brought to you by Globin, the official digital transformation partner of MLR. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. And by Beard Guys, the official grooming partner of Major League Rugby. Well, we were better than 20 minutes in when things really started to finally click for San Diego.
That's right, and again, after a stalemate in the first quarter with San Diego, who broke the deadlock through this unbelievable display of athleticism from the back rower, Christian Poitevin, who had plenty to do to score that try. He gets his team to 7 points to 0. First try on the board for the home team. A looping pass out to James, who found Stowers back inside at the 32nd minute. 14 points to 0, and what a finish for that man who is having an incredible match tonight. Speak of the devil, there he is, taking that ball, beating 2 defenders, and then a third nearly gets away from O'Leary, and thankfully he had Owaki on the inside to score the third try. Lincoln McClutchy also kicking from the sideline. He has been flawless with the boot tonight off the tee, and thankfully for Kubeli, the captain, Miami find themselves on the scoreboard eventually at the 38th minute of the game. 21 points to 5.
So San Diego within a try of their 5th straight bonus point for 4 or more tries. You take a look at the numbers for these two teams midway through.
Not too many surprises, are there, Lincoln?
It's a Miami team that at times has to make up for their size just with speed out there and try to create some chaos. But San Diego's been steady. Lincoln McClutchy will get us back underway here for the second half. Lincoln Rose, Mark Strabina, Dallin Stanford. Great to have you with us.
Good.
Never complain when we got to tune in some rugby in San Diego. Back at Torero Stadium. And home of so many memories in those early years of Major League Rugby. So Miami did find one try. Again, that's Tomas Casares wearing the 23 in lieu of the traditional 7 for the flanker, the Argentine. And they'll put the boot to it for the first time. Send it back over to the Legion at midfield. And brought in by the fullback Stowers, who's already dotted down 1 tonight. Owake as well, a try score this evening.
Bounce in, bounce in, bounce in, it's in, bounce in.
They're clarifying that it took a hop before taking a turn out, as opposed to going out on the full. So instead of bringing it back, here we are.
Now that ended up being a clever little kick from San Diego, just to keep Miami deep in their territory.
McNulty into Rebisone. It's one of the better lineouts we've seen so far today. And I believe stepped out. The ruling there. Well, again, both teams coming out at the half with a score of 21-5. Let's hear what the coaches had to think. Let's check in with Dallin.
Yeah, Lincoln, Jose Pellicina for Miami said they need to fix their defense. They're getting sucked in by the blockers, and when they kick, they need to put more pressure. Legion, Manenti said more urgency at the breakdown and don't let Miami back in the game.
Dallin, thank you very much. There's a battle for the ball and a knock-on will intervene. As this one back over to San Diego.
As per Dallin's comments, yes, Sean Manenti is right. Don't let Miami back in the game because so many other teams have. It's what they're capable of. Can't go to sleep on this Miami Sharks outfit, not for a minute.
Came up just shy of claiming a medal with those Australian Sevens as their coach. Long time at the helm of both the women and the men.
Alex, more scrum.
A set piece here for San Diego.
Time up.
Again, no Richard Judd for the Legion. And it's Tupai wearing the 9 on his back. My boys, Judd's return been welcomed this year. Big part of their current form.
Pull that off, yeah.
Tupai, who's previously over in the UK, Kiwi-born. His dad actually played with Danny Lee, his most recent head coach in San Diego. Now we're seeing Danny down in New Orleans, trying to lay foundation for building up that club.
Let's go, guys. Don't pressure on the line, Alex. Make you long.
And this was a 22-21 final last year. San Diego with a comeback against Miami in Fort Lauderdale. able to avoid an upset. Again, running with confidence, trying to break some tackles here in Shark territory. Next man up, Jed Holloway. McClutchy quickly spins it to Roach. Take a couple of Sharks to bring down the hooker. Lopetti. And Roach trying to navigate in a sea of those pink shirts. In the 45th minute, that'll continue backwards. Opportunity still lying for the fullback Stowers.
Stay there, stay there.
McClutchy will finally test the skies. There's a 50-50 ball up in the air. No knock on, miraculously. And no, there was.
A little bit of a mess there. You see Ethan Grayson twiddling his thumb. Hopefully, nothing serious.
Might have a broken joystick.
Judging by that smile, I think he's okay.
They've just jammed it.
He's also had a very solid game for San Diego. Young Englishman.
The scrum for Miami. And Cabelli, your lone try scorer so far, when number 9, before the end of the first half, was able to find a sliver of opportunity. Call his own number. Finally, the ball emerges for Miami. As you see the early change here in the second half, Muti for McNulty. So Ake Muti, who was in the starting lineup last week, the former American Raptors, in his first full year in Major League Rugby. And we have reached maximum Tomases for Miami as Beckerman is on for McDonald. Legion looking to defend their home ground on this Saturday evening. Miami looked game in the early minutes of this one. There's a lot of rugby still to be played. McClutchy. Determined to keep it in play. Miami thought it was out, and it apparently was.
Outstanding kick from Shane O'Leary for Miami. This was the end result. Saying the ball was out, so definitely a 50-22 because O'Leary was well in his own territory. Looked like an old school spiraling torpedo kick.
Out off a pink. It's a black ball.
You can see Miami. Oh, it's a black ball.
It's still a ball. Take it out.
Perhaps it wasn't a 52. Clearly it wasn't.
So San Diego has the line out deep in their own end. San Diego's been number 1 in the league this year in line-out success, 93%.
Derek, the ball is not clearly in touch. The ball is not clearly in touch. Scrum to black.
Well, I believe the correction from our TMO is that this will simply be a scrum.
Derek, I do not have the ball clearly in touch ever. So black last in possession. I'd say go with a scrum to black.
Hold on. Captain, come here.
So the belief is the initial whistle was erroneous, that this ball never was in touch. McClutchy was successful keeping it out.
Hold on. We have the ball clearly not in touch. The Blacks played the ball last. It's going to be.
That's right, because
and so it's going to be, again, San Diego scrum. It's an awkward situation.
Yes, because O'Leary kicked that ball just outside his own 22. So if it did go into touch, then that is a Miami throw. And there was confusion. Touch judge's flag went up, so the play stopped. Now, as you said, Lincoln, correctly, the ball was never out. Let's come back and give the ball back to San Diego because they kept it in play.
Well, in theory, it would have been McClutchy bringing that ball into touch. The ball on its own merit would have gone as well, but ultimately McClutchy did manage to keep it in play, got himself back in play before he touched it again. And so in other sports, we would talk about a jump ball, but here's San Diego with a scrum. Miami has the benefit of this ball being deep in San Diego territory. Can the Legion stay clean and make their way up to midfield?
It's a huge penalty for Miami. Could have pinged multiple San Diego players for not rolling away there.
Both teams winning all of their own scrums so far.
Nice hit up there from Lopetti. It's hard to see which Miami player was straight on that ball, and that created a mess. Now all of a sudden San Diego have lost control. Huge opportunity for Miami now.
It's an opportunity where you absolutely feel like you must come away with a try. So far, so good. Able to free it up. Legion defending a 2-try lead. O'Leary thought initially he had the speed to get to the edge. That ball spills loose. No infraction. As it stays with the Legion, and they can relieve some pressure.
Check, Derek, check.
Wow, Lincoln, you can just chalk that up to some aggressive defense from San Diego. Look at Grayson in there driving. Despite the Miami players coming in to help, he's got his hands on the ball, and you see it come loose there.
Correct,
and then it was
Derek.
a matter of pouncing on it, which they did. Like Vili Helu in there.
So, Derek, I have black 14, who has made head contact. There is foul play as the player is upright. It is not a high degree of danger and no mitigation.
So our first card of the night.
Austin, start over for me.
Yeah,
San Diego's about to be down a man.
By black 14. There is foul play as he's always upright. It is not a high degree of danger and no mitigation.
Foul play. High, no mitigation. Yellow card, correct?
Yes, I agree with that.
It'll be a yellow mitigation, could have made it no card. A high degree of danger would have made it a red.
Touch, 5 meters out.
Yeah, I think it was a good call from Austin Reed. Saw it first. Really trying to encourage, especially for the youngsters getting into rugby, low tackles. If you remain upright, you run the risk of making head contact or even a shoulder making contact with the opposition head.
15 meters from touch, 5 meters from the try line.
So right now, San Diego 21-5. That's the lead when they go down a man. Let's see how the next 10 minutes play out.
Yeah, this is just what Miami were looking for. They need this, but that doesn't mean that they'll be able to capitalize.
6 meters out.
This might be another yellow.
Gonna reach into that pocket, not a good sign. It's about to be 15 v 13.
Oh, what a back-to-back blow for San Diego. This has made this game interesting all of a sudden.
Awake is about to have company in the sin bin.
And it's Lopetti. I thought the same when I saw it. He made the tackle, and as he was going down with the tackled player, rips the ball free. believes he's not at fault. So keep an eye. That's clear for me. Holding onto the ball while Lepetti is on the ground. He's got to release that player. If he wants to have a crack at that ball, he needs to get to his feet, Lincoln. Come through the appropriate means, which is through the gate, not through the side. Come around the back, and then you can have a crack at stealing ball, but not while you're holding the tackled player on the ground.
All right, Sharks, for the next 10 minutes, you've got a two-man advantage, and right now you're flirting with your second try. Time to capitalize for the visitors.
Oh, the Legion pack appealing to the referee. They thought they'd won the penalty with the way they wheeled that scrum. And Derek Summers not buying it for a minute. He believes they wheeled it purposely, illegally. You can't blame San Diego for having a crack. They're 2 men down, doing whatever they can to turn the ball over. And the longer they can stall and keep seconds ticking off this clock, the better for them as well, while they have 2 men off the field.
Miami's already replaced 2/3 of that front line of props. Beckerman and Muti in. As they try to win a scrum 6 meters out, eyeing their second try of the evening here in San Diego. Cabelli eyes his options. O'Leary has been a likely candidate all night long. With the second effort, he's got it down.
O'Leary does it himself. Solid platform from the scrum.
Substitution, black 3, black 8.
He had plenty to do, Shane O'Leary, but he has shown us what he can do with ball in hand early in this match. He eyes up that try line. Fantastic camera angle to see. There he is, little stutter step. Just that missed tackle from Connor Tupai screaming across was enough to give O'Leary a passage to the try line.
And at this point, if he doesn't like the angle that he has to approach from the tee, he's got himself to blame.
All clear, Derek.
That's right.
And off the mark on the last conversion effort back in the first half. And if he can split the sticks, that's the last 12 points belong to Miami in this match, dating back to the end of the first half. And O'Leary returned from injury last week as a reserve. Back in the starting lineup here, the 32-year-old Irishman. And here comes the charge down. And we're talking about a matter of inches. It's through, flags are up. Mark, I know you spotted, blending in with the camera operators, a man in a Legion kit hoping to get some hands on that one.
I was pointing at Ryan James. He took the sprinter's stance, and he is fast enough to race out and at least put pressure on O'Leary on that kick, if not charge it down. Nearly paid off for him, but that's great play from Miami, capitalizing on the 2-man advantage.
Left and right.
Still plenty to do.
San Diego made a couple of changes. The night is done. For one of their men up front, along with Hokafonu, their number 8.
Kick to O'Leary. O'Leary counters right back, and it's playable.
And with a faded touch line, there's some screams that the ball was out initially. We play on. McClutchy, don't know if he got all that he wanted on that ball.
That's a nice way of saying he botched that kick, Lincoln.
And you could just see it coming off the foot. Did not strike it the right way. And San Diego only has 13 men out there right now. Basically concurrent. Yellow card stays in the sin bin. Clean up the decorum here for the line out. Beckerman will send it in. Well contested, it's stolen, and Eric Summers says not so fast.
Well, as you said, Lincoln, very well contested. Jed Holloway getting up, getting his mitts on it.
It was a moot point because it was not straight, so it does stay San Diego ball. Now they have an option of what they want to do here. They want their own line out. And I mentioned San Diego had the best line out coming into this week. No surprise for a team that was 4-0. See if they can live up to that standard here. Roach sends it in. And it's back with the hooker. Connor Tupai wanting to resume play quickly.
Despite Miami's best efforts in defense from that line out. They infringed. And again, this is all working in the favor of San Diego to wind this clock down. You can see in their body language, they are in no hurry to get this game moving.
And basically trying to kill these penalties, the yellows that have them down, two of their teammates.
You see them now even taking their time to form this line out. This isn't laziness, folks. This is game management from San Diego.
They've already seen one try conceded during this stretch in which they've been down 2 men. And yet here they are matriculating into Miami's half. Best defense, Mark, and offense. The captain, Wilkin, leading a charge. San Diego looking for their first point since halftime. And they struck for the first 21 points tonight. The last dozen for the visitors from Fort Lauderdale. You've got support, but a nice job by O'Leary shutting down that option. And then Tupai finds himself in the arms of the Sharks defense, but here comes San Diego eyeing the line. They're in. Playing down 2 men. Spectators from the sin bin, the Legion, find that try bonus point.
I was just about to say, Lincoln, that is not an easy thing to do. Score a try against a team that has 2 more players than you, especially a team like Miami, who have been, at times, outstanding in defense tonight against the best attacking team in the league this season. But the determination and the strength from each player, they just fight for every yard they can get, San Diego. And it makes a near impossible task for the defense to stop them. Sheer guts and determination and confidence to boot.
We will go to a hydration break after this conversion effort from McClutchy. So San Diego answers the try from Miami here in the second half. And the flags will stay down. But a try bonus point, 4 tries tonight for San Diego. They may still need a little bit more to put this one to bed. We've got 20 minutes still to go here in San Diego. Legion trying to improve to a perfect 5-0.
In an ever-changing landscape where every decision matters, our mission is clear: to delight our customers at every turn. At Globant, we create the digital products everybody loves and empower global brands by building impactful solutions for millions of people. Our studio networks are responsible for creating experiences that leave a lasting impact, building AI-powered business solutions tailored to each industry, empowering brands with a blend of creativity, strategy, and technology, enhancing efficiency and accelerating breakthroughs with a unique AI model and agents for software development, boosting productivity with cutting-edge tech and implementation services with market-leading partners. Driven by technology and passion, we dare to go far, we dare to go fast, we dare to disrupt. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
Welcome back to beautiful Torero Stadium, where the score is 26 points to 12. The home side, San Diego, lead Miami. Alongside me, San Diego CEO David Haig. Dave, let's talk about some brilliant news this week in all of rugby. Ma'ananu's back, not playing, but he's back with the Legion. Tell us why.
Yeah, what better here tonight, World Rugby Day, we're celebrating all the cultures around the world, and what better representative for World Rugby than Ma'ananu. He's such an iconic player, and you go a long way before you get someone with the sort of pedigree with Ma. So to welcome him back at the end of his playing career as a team owner, we couldn't be happier.
Yeah. And listen, the crowds here are building. You do such a good thing for them. What a wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah, great to be back at Torero. As you said, crowds are building week by week. We still need all our fans to come out. If you don't understand the game, we're here to educate you. We're here to make sure you really enjoy the atmosphere. We've got a party atmosphere, but very much family friendly.
And again, the team's doing really well as well so far.
So far, so good. We've just got the 4-try bonus points, so that's good. Now we've got to hang on for the win.
Yeah. Well, get back to it. I know you're a busy man. Thanks for joining us, and brilliant stuff on getting back on board.
Thanks, Dow. Cheers, mate.
Dallin, thank you again. Miami still playing with a couple of man advantage. Those sin bin visits about to expire here. As Miami and San Diego each with one try here in the second half. The difference is Miami did make its conversion. That ball spills loose. Looked like a knock-on at the end when it's all said and done, and that's a tough break. And San Diego comes up with a big stomp. Yeah, Torero Stadium, again, an intimate venue. There's no bad seat in the house to watch some great rugby. And you wonder if this is the year San Diego finally picks up a victory on the final day of the year.
And Lincoln, you just see the way that those San Diego players celebrated that play. You'd think they were celebrating a try. And that's how much it means to them. Miami inching their way toward the try line. They desperately need another score to get back in this game. But the defense of San Diego denies them yet again.
Tion Lutz has come on for San Diego. Of course, he led them last year with his 6 tries. The South African has the 22 on his back tonight. See Marquez Pulau, the former Dallas Jackal, is in for Miami. Wearing 19 tonight, the American. San Diego handled that 2-man deficit about as well as you could hope. Jay Shore Haskin also in. We've seen Lutz coming on for McClutchy as well.
Second yellow card back on. Second yellow card back on.
And they are right now saying that the second yellow card infraction cannot conclude until after the scrum. So still playing down a man for a moment. That man, again, being Pete Lopetti, after Awake has served his time. Just love being able to listen in to that scrum. Just a few people with opinions.
Safety is normally the call.
You pull back a free kick. We get out of here. You guys push early, a free kick.
Miami doing whatever they can to convince referee Summers to hand the ball back to them. It's becoming desperate measures now for the Sharks.
Connor Tupai, still your scrum half for San Diego. Trying to guide them out of murky waters against the Sharks here. Final 20 minutes in this one. San Diego helping their cause, finding that 4th try of the match while they were still down 2 men, and in a moment here they'll be back to full strength.
Well, Miami had San Diego where they wanted them. Yes, the Legion had the feed in the scrum, but they were still under immense pressure, and giving away a short arm penalty like that is almost like giving the Legion a piggyback.
Back 12 back from the yellow card.
All right, the night for the captain for Miami, Tomas Cabelli, is done. Damian Morley on in his place the rest of the way, the 22-year-old American. In his second year with Miami. Line out for the Sharks here on the road.
Hey, come up.
And I think just whispering into a teammate's ear has replaced any kind of code on these lineouts. And still somehow the message was missed. Roach got the steal, quickly sharing it with Taleo. And again, San Diego can make Miami restart the building process. O'Leary. They'll return serve. Legion doesn't mind.
Black, keep moving, Black! Billy, keep moving!
O'Leary, your most recent try score for Miami. Looking for that opportunity to perhaps put some phases together. Miami with a bit of urgency inside the final 20 minutes. Down 2 converted tries. Obviously very reasonable. This one far from over.
That's out, play!
A little subtle offload, able to find Inciarte. Again, a new man with the keys to this offense, Damian Morley. And at scrum half, Fulao.
Play, you're all off your feet, play.
You got to be excited about some of the talented young Americans available off the bench for Miami.
Taken back.
And that one will take a turn out of play.
Lincoln, you heard the referee
Go ahead, relax. Carry back, no 50.
saying it was carried back into the 50. Otherwise, it could have been a feed into the line out from Miami.
Confirmed, not a 50-22.
Carry back, no.
Again, you hear our TMO, Austin Reed. Just giving that quick confirmation for Derek Summers.
Hold the ball, peak 8.
Did not meet the standard of a 50-22. Next reinforcement for Miami again. Jay Shore Haskin.
It's good to see Chase back in the mix for Miami. Exceptional young player.
Turned 26 in May. Another line out for Roach. One of the starters still in this one. No surprise he goes to Holloway. He's number 2 in Major League Rugby coming in this week with lineouts 1. With 27 successful lineouts coming into tonight. And Tupine. That one out on the fly.
Time just ticking away for Miami now. San Diego doing a good job of just keeping the opposition at bay.
Black 2 off, substitutions. Black 1, black 2 off.
Had plenty of opportunities, haven't they, Miami, in the right end of the field.
And now 2/3 of your props who are still in this ball game will head off for well-deserved rest of the night. Oliver Kane among those coming on. And with Shiloh Klein. And Miami successful here will improve their percentage on the night. So again, San Diego, you talk about a checklist for any MLR team. Get the win, get 4 tries or more. For Miami right now, they'd be leaving San Diego empty-handed. Just 2 tries, and right now trailing by more than 1 score. Now if they could find even a 3rd try here, they'd put themselves in line for a lost bonus point. Of course then, might as well see if you can find a 4th try. They can make that all the more likely here.
Let's have a look at the kick from O'Leary. How close can he get it to that corner post?
Yeah, much better job this time around.
She means that should they have a clear, clean line-out throw and take,
11 off.
they're only a matter of meters from charging over that try line. Despite the dominance of San Diego, Lincoln, 1 converted try here, and they're only 1 more away from tying up this match.
Miami's only try this half came when they were playing up 2 men. Looking for that connection to get them to line. San Diego swarms to the ball here. Derek Summers identifying that. Counter ruck. San Diego Able to get this ball back. What a huge turnover forced by the Legion. Miami regroups from midfield. So Miami was unable to capitalize when they had that line out about 8 meters out. There's still enough time. Eventually you have to find that third try. Oh, nifty offload, well timed. Little bobble there, but nice job regrouping by Milanos.
Okay, play the ball, play the ball.
O'Leary from Miami trying to get to the 22.
Into the 22. Out on the perimeter. Trying to keep it desperately in play. Instead, throws it right into the arms of Nate Sylvia. And they will say the ball actually did go into touch. Either way, good news for the home side.
Well, this turnover was huge for San Diego. There was Lepetti making the tackle, forcing the pass back into the field of play. But how about that counter ruck you talked about before that started this whole thing, preventing Miami scoring?
San Diego, despite some replacement parts, able to execute here on the line out. And Tupai. O'Leary and Milanos. Morley. And again, eating up the meters, more importantly, eating up time. This one with some drive. Over Milanos' head, finally catches up to it.
Keep moving.
First 21 points tonight fell to San Diego.
Well, Lincoln, defense isn't just about making your tackles. Miami, prime attacking position. Watch the 9 for San Diego. Connor Tupai, one of the smallest men in the field, leads the charge on that counter ruck and comes up with the ball. His reinforcements come in and they have denied Miami yet another try. This is why San Diego is so good defensively.
A great look there from our crew, nice work. And here's a fresh up-and-comer, Marcel Brahi. The 37-year-old who's been capped by the Eagles more than 30 times for the United States.
No contest.
Uncontested line out. Brahi in for one of the try scores, Stowers. And Poitevin, one of our remaining try scorers in this match for the home side. Knock on against Miami. And at this point, some of this is just gamesmanship. You don't mind a little pushing and shoving if you're the team up, hoping a little more time might melt away.
Also needs to be careful. Connor Tupai. We know he can get feisty, he likes to yap.
San Diego has called for the tee here after that last infraction on Miami. First time we've seen either side point to the post tonight. And Ethan Grayson is a more than capable candidate now to step in and try to handle this. He's 9 for 14 this year on kicks.
And not to call him out, but it was the 17 for Miami. Akemuti not rolling away. He was at the back of the ruck, preventing quick ball from San Diego. You mentioned it early in the game, Lincoln. The laws and the penalties are designed for safety and quick play. And Muti, well, he prevented it from San Diego. This is a huge kick from Grayson.
This to make it a 3-score lead, not going to happen. It would have made it all the more unlikely that Miami was going to leave with any bonus points.
Substitution, black 6 off.
The night is done for Christian Poitevin. The vice captain will sub out.
No, they can't trap me. I'm trying to roll up.
Before the next line out for San Diego.
Yes.
Each team with one try here in the second half. For San Diego, that gave them 4 for the match. They're in line for a full 5 for a 5th straight week. That ball surging. A little bit of daylight with a man to beat. As it falls, fortunately, into the arms of Charlie Hewitt to preserve this opportunity. Patty Ryan. And now looking to go from boot to a teammate. A little 50-50, well contested by Miami. Well done to break that up. Milano's able to fall on it. Now having to get out of his own end. Miami about 8 minutes to traverse the length of this field twice. A knock-on will halt the action here.
Well spotted, Lincoln. Yeah, just at the base of that ruck. And that would have been a miraculous escape for Miami had they cleared that ball. All the pressure coming from San Diego. Already tied up the bonus point.
I've got another minute. It could be off.
To say this scrum right now, Lincoln, not looking good for Miami. Breathing fire at the moment, San Diego.
And Miami just in its 2nd year in existence, going up against one of the originals in San Diego. No Major League Rugby team has enjoyed more regular season success than the Legion.
And outside, outside.
Collapse. And that scrum never had a chance.
Peter, can you tell me what the correct time is? Because that was at 78, and now it's at 7.
That clock is horribly wrong. That clock is right. We're on 72 minutes.
Here again, an error in the clock, but
73:10. We're on 73:10.
officially kept at a little past 73 minutes gone now.
Good night. There goes. Go shorter. Into war. Into war.
Scrum for San Diego.
Let's go.
They survived a stretch where they were playing down 2 men. They played Miami even in that stretch, 1 try apiece. Tupai still in. Trying to lead San Diego to the finish line. Absorbing a big hit, though it may have already taken its toll on one Miami player down in Damian Morley. And with concern for Morley, they'll halt play. Yep. They're going to have to bring out the trainers with some head injury protocol here for the young scrum half.
Now you can hit it. Huh? You can hit.
Oh, what about the hit? Fairly innocuous for Morley, who went down from that angle anyway. I thought it was Matias Orlando who came flying in that might have been the one on the ground.
And you see the busted lower lip, so clearly
he got clipped, didn't he?
Something just prior to that action.
Derek, check. TMO check.
Check.
The San Diego Legion.
Let's see if Austin Reed has clarification on it.
Yeah, Derek, I have pink 21. Makes head contact. It is foul play. It's a high degree of danger, but there's a change in dynamic to another tackler. And a yellow card to pink 21.
That's the angle right there. Adding insult to injury.
21, head contact, high degree of danger.
He took the words out of my mouth. Here we are feeling sorry for Damian Morley coming up with
Cut out on me.
There is mitigation. There is mitigation due to a change in direction from another tackler. So I'm at a yellow card.
Well, the night is probably done, but not for the reason we initially thought for Damian Morley. That yellow card should take him beyond regulation. And this will let the trainers fully inspect that mouth.
Such a shame. Morley, this game happens so fast, these collisions.
And great angle from our crew.
Okay, time's on.
Right there, cheek to cheek. A little domino effect.
You can bet your bottom dollar Tian Lewitz didn't even feel that. He is a tough customer.
And San Diego just milking away the clock. This pitch clearly tilted in their favor here. Just need to be clean. Next line out.
Receiver, one receiver, one.
Shiloh Klein.
Get in the line then. Okay.
California kid getting to play in his home state. Into Holloway. Maul is formed. San Diego looking to put this one to bed. Legion lunging. They're in for a fifth time. San Diego, 5 tries, and that'll help them improve to 5-0. Your lone unbeaten entering this week.
Our clock is 74-40.
Clinical line out once again for San Diego. Tight at the back.
Shiloh Klein.
He knew what awaited him around the short side. He was almost celebrating before he put the ball down. Just too strong, San Diego, in the end.
They've had back-to-back home games over a span of 3 weeks.
Black nine.
They had that Cali Cup victory against LA before the bye. Well rested for this matchup with Miami. They will now head to Houston with San Diego. Boy, will that be a battle. Looking to tack on 2 more. Not meant to be. San Diego, who already had that bonus point, finds a 5th try for good measure. Miami is likely leaving San Diego empty-handed as they trail by more than 1 score. Requisite for a lost bonus point. And at the moment, they are still 2 tries shy of a try bonus point. And again, they are playing down a man, presumably for the rest of this one.
They have a lot of Polynesian boys.
Take a look at your candidates for top performer of the match. They all seem to be wearing the same uniform.
They do indeed, Lincoln. Stowers, what a performance tonight with a try and setting up another Poitevin with his own individual brilliance, and he's been everywhere. And Ethan Grayson has also impressed me tonight. Plenty of long-range kicks, getting his team out of trouble, getting involved with ball in hand. He's made some great tackles as well. It'll be hard to separate these 3 for player of the match.
One of them will be sentenced to at least 2 questions from our guy, Dallin Stanford.
At least.
Look forward to that. Once again, the outcome of this one looking a little bit more clear. And still some rugby to be played. And the rookie coming on for San Diego, Langavesi, their top draft pick, number 7 overall out of St. Mary's. And well timed off the dummy, finally offloading to Milanos. See if Miami can make this final score line a little prettier. And still 2 tries shy of a try bonus point. And still a little bit of time left to play some rugby. Sharks at this point playing for pride. Able to avoid a knock-on. Well, we've got a couple of talented youngsters who are taken in the last draft in, as Lataro Soto Onsai in as well. He taken out of Lindenwood by the Sharks, one of 2 players taken from Lindenwood in this past draft. So a couple of men, one for each team, who have made that path from the college game. And Miami's going to have to come back.
Well, give me the mark. Let me get 10. Bernard, you don't want to do the big back 10. Go. Hi.
And Derek says, I'll give you the 10. I'll give you the cushion of 10 yards. O'Leary will try to set up the next line out.
It's a well-placed penalty kick as well, giving his forward pack every chance to have the last say in this match.
1 minute and 2 minutes left. 1 minute left, sir. 1 minute.
And there's the, look like at the last second a knock on, but Derek Summers didn't see it. And moments later, Miami gives him an easier reason to intervene.
Well, the Sharks probably wondering what they need to do to cross this try line again.
Get back.
Certainly a confidence booster. Not that they need any more confidence right now, San Diego, but they're scoring tries freely. But as the saying goes, defense can win championships. It seems as though San Diego have that in their armory as well.
All right, here.
San Diego had only allowed 10 tries in their first 4 matches. They concede 2 tonight, one of which when they were down 2 men. They are the most prolific scoring team in MLR this year, now with 28 tries.
Time is up.
Through their first 5 matches. After last year, they conceded just 45 all season. That was tied for first in this league. Full time. Next time San Diego can send one in a touch, that's your ball game on a Saturday night at Torero.
Use it. Yes.
Looking for the final touch. It's official. San Diego 5-0. Still perfect. Still atop Major League Rugby.
Inspired display yet again from the home team, San Diego. After some early game shakes, Miami came to play, upsetting San Diego's rhythm at every turn. But the patience and pure class of this team prevailed as they started to open up the scoring in the second quarter. And it was off to the races.
Let's go back to that opening half for your moment of the match tonight.
And what a moment it was. Stowers soaring like an eagle, snatching that ball, and then beating defender after defender before finding Thomas Owaki for the try. Also getting a try of his own for Rian Stowers.
Yeah, first 21 points tonight would go to the home side. They would find 2 more tries in the second half against the Sharks. They needed a comeback last year. They led from the get-go here tonight. When we come back, a chance to check in live with our top performer of the night.
I can't tell if that's the chest hair or the beard hair.
You know what? I think we've got off to the wrong foot here with the soul patches and the beards.
Shave me off. This looks terrible.
Beard Kickoff, what would it say?
I don't know. It wouldn't say much. It's pretty thin. It's pretty malnourished.
What do you think?
Oh man, yeah, touch up brown eyes.
Welcome to the Rugby Rundown.
A one-stop shop for all rugby lovers. From unparalleled access, big name interviews and special features.
I'm Alana Martin.
Jocko here.
We've got you covered.
Today's live coverage was brought to you by Peak Performance Starts Here. Vitacost. Sports certified, trusted, tested, delivered. Vitacost.com. And by Globant, the official digital transformation partner of MLR. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Coach Manenti and his Legion in front of the home crowd did not disappoint tonight. A 31-12 final against the Miami Sharks, who are looking for an upset here on the West Coast. Dallin Stanford's joined by our top performer tonight, one of our try scorers, and a man who was a big part of that moment of the match.
Rian Sowers, my friend, congratulations. What a game you've played. Your backline gelled so well. You particularly had a great game, but your team is really carving it up when it comes to scoring tries.
I think it makes it really easy coming into such a tight group. All the boys communicate really well, so just fitting in and trying to do my thing was pretty easy.
Your team's on a roll, 5-0 so far. What's the vibe like? What's the chemistry like? You guys are obviously connecting so well.
I think outside of footy as well, like we're all catching up, going to the beach and stuff like that, and I think that makes a huge difference,
yeah. Shout out to your family watching?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to my mum and dad back home, all my family and friends back home. I love yous.
Get back to the beach and to your team, my friend.
Sweet as, thank you.
Dallin, thank you. Something about the sand in San Diego is going to feel maybe a little bit kinder than Miami heading back home to their beach, having tasted defeat tonight. Again, Chicago still atop the East. Old Glory with that great win this week against New England finds himself second in the East. San Diego, nothing new. Even with Houston's dramatic victory over Anthem tonight, they still are looking up at the Legion. And again, Utah, always a handful. Let's check back in with Dallin, who is with the manager, John Manenti.
Thanks, James Lincoln. That's right. Congratulations. 5-0 so far. Coach, what impressed you so far about your team, particularly today?
Oh, what didn't impress me about today, I was pretty disappointed, actually. I thought a lot of the areas we identified we wanted to be better at. A few things in the Miami game we identified we didn't shut down. So I'm certainly not getting carried away with 5-0. That's rubbish. That's, we've got to have a better standard about ourselves and where we're at. And like I said, we kept inviting Miami back in the game tonight. And then you get 2 yellow cards and you're up against it, So, we've got to be better than that. Like I said, we've got a really big challenge next week. And that starts now, but obviously bits and pieces. We scored some nice tries. We'll look at a few things that we did well, but like I said, there's plenty of hard work that we've got to do, and like I said, I'm not leaving here happy tonight.
And the Houston Challenge, of course, is the very, very physical team.
Yeah, absolutely physical team, and we probably put a target on our back tonight because I didn't think we aimed up physically in certain parts of the game. So they'd be well within their rights to think they could go at us there. So like I said, we've just got to focus on us, not get too worried about what Houston are going to do and what they're going to bring. If we can do the things we're aiming to do better, we'll be in the contest next week.
Final thing for you, the home fans, they've been very good as well. You said they really like you because you're winning.
Yeah, well, they're terrific. They're terrific. They're terrific, and we're trying to get more people coming out here and more people enjoying it. So hopefully they enjoyed the spectacle tonight. I think both teams put on some entertaining rugby that doesn't always please the coaches, but often pleases the fans. So
well, congrats. All the best for next week.
Thanks, mate. Thanks very much.
Dallin, thank you. It is every coach's dream to have the victory, but also have some film to show the players room for improvement.
Certainly setting some high standards there, the Aussie John Manenti. And we didn't really pick up on that, but he is right. Plenty of work to do for San Diego. Won't it be scary if they put those things together, Lincoln?
What a stage that'll be at SaberCat Stadium next week. Houston and San Diego for bragging rights. And again, early claim to being the best in the West. For Miami, they will shift their sights to New England. It doesn't get any easier against the defending two-time champs of MLR. For Mark Strabina, Dallin Stanford, and our entire crew, I'm Lincoln Rose. Good night from Torero Stadium, where the Legion remain perfect. 31-12, claiming 5 points, 4 for the victory, and the try bonus as well.